Hey, how you guys doing today? All right, so I could have waited a little couple more until a few other show up, but so we got a Smuckle charger that came out of the scrap pile. All right, so the boy said, let's just throw it away, and I said, no, let's see if we can revive it because an extra charger. He's looked it up on the internet, see what these are going for. $100, $100. It's a Smuckle. So the switch was pulled apart, and I lost the contact that goes across. It's kind of a cut and dry one, but I thought I'd bring it along. So I went on Amazon. You got to check to see how many positions it is. All right. So this one on the front has 4 positions. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can't count right, anyways. 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like maybe 5. I don't know. We'll find out. So anyways, I brought it across. Here's the SKU number on it. And here's the part number on it. So, yeah. Anyways, I counted 4 positions. And this is a 4-position switch. So, from Amazon. They're like, well, dude, you're wasting a lot of time on these 2 switches, $7. So, it's kind of like once you get the rest of the material off it, it's pretty much just plug them in, right? You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of a simple one for you, but somebody might want to know that. I had a drill. There was only 1 screw in the bottom of this because it's kind of bent. So I put 3 other screws in it. Actually, 2 other screws in it. So, what kind of screws these are? Yeah, I don't know. They got little barbs around them to hold them from come breaking loose. The old screws just went in the scrap pile, looks like, because I went out to look for them and they're gone. All right, so your biggest fun is getting the front off. I got all the screws out, right? There. The biggest part is getting that front off it. You got two drills, right? 2 drills, 2 to drill out. So, I thought in this package that it came with screws. It showed screws in there along with it, but look, no screws. Imagine that. Actually, it did. It showed screws in there. Maybe it was just showing that there were screw-on ones. I do have a couple little screws, a bin of nonsense that I've acquired. So we're just gonna drill out the heads. Just like that. Pretty simple. Worst part is if you don't have screws, which I do have. I just gotta go find them. And just gotta plug that guy through there. Just contact these over there. You can hang out with me till I finish it up, or you get the point. But you don't always know that somebody's gonna pull the plug off it. Your kid might borrow it and then rip the top off it and have it laying all over the place. You know what I'm saying? But let me see where those little screws are, because like I said, I got plastic. Every time I take something apart that I'm scrapping, they all go in the bins. I could throw the bin up on top of here, but I'd just soon not, because I'd rather have it hanging on the edge. So I might drop it on the floor. So the other day I was looking through my assortment of mess, and I came across some of those ones, and I thought, oh, alright, I'm gonna have some sort of little project that I'm gonna have to use them on, and I got them. There's some new screws for it. That won't work on that, but I did find a couple great big long screws, but no nuts. No nuts. Yeah. I tried to prepare for this one, but it doesn't always work like that. I got a couple little nuts. Literally, 2 little nuts. I noticed some little screws in here too. I wonder if they're the ones for that. Sometimes they don't screw them together. Let's see. Hey, look at that. Some weird looking fasteners. There's one. Oh, let's throw one over beside it. There we go. They're not the best of ones, but you know what? They'll work. They'll work. Yep. I think they'll work. I think they'll fit through the hole. Yep. Just barely. They almost thread into the. You know what I'm trying to say? I used to have a little screwdriver. Little one. I'm kind of guessing on the connector, because it's like the front panel. When I was screwing out, taking that plate off the front, it was plastic, and so I just broke the plastic thing here. Yeah. Alright, here's one. Most of the time, whatever the other project I'm doing is usually in the background. Or whatever it is I'm either finished up with or still working on, trying to figure out what I'm going to do with it. So if you happen to see that, and you watch the old one, and so they're going in slowly. So really what you need is a drill and a drill bit and some 2 little screws to put this back in. And patience, of course. Yeah, she's a little. Thought she was gonna line up, but looks at me that it's a little off. More off than I am. That was right on. See what I'm talking about? Yeah, the screw doesn't line up in the hole. It might have been the diameter of the hole, the diameter of the screw that I used, because I think that the other one wasn't quite that big. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you can just tilt it a little bit and give it a little. See, if you're watching, trying to keep from disconnecting other wires, because then I'm looking at. Another option is you can just take and drill it out. Yeah, I'm just going to have to take and tighten that other one up and get a bigger drill. Drill this side out. I was going to zoom you guys in a little bit closer, but my hand's in the road. My hand's in the road. All you do is see my big old hand. There you go. There's that one. That's not that much, but I got to drill out. Just careful you don't do it like I do sometimes, waste the whole thing. There we go. I thought this was a sticker on the front. I didn't think it was a plastic. I didn't think it was all plastic. I thought it was a sticker. Most people don't read what it says on the front anyways, I don't think, for the most part. Other than like, if it had, back in the day it used to have like 6 volt and 12 volts. I think that they probably did that after they couldn't get it to charge. Alright, so after all that, I didn't change the drill bit out. It looks like I should.
I'm gonna pick something up. Oh, yeah,
Yeah, have fun. Take your time.
I'll be back in a while.
Yeah.
The pillow stuff away.
So, I haven't unplugged the wires yet. And I'm really close on the screw, but I'm going to take and drill it out just the next side here. Boy, that's pretty big. But the drill bit I got. What size drill bit I got? That size, 1/8 inch probably. 1/8 inch. Yeah, 1/8 inch. And then I grabbed too big of a drill bit. And I don't need that big. I think. Yeah, 1/8, and then going to 9/64, which is just the next size. Bigger. Why do I wall her out? I don't know. Because I think it's got like a little burr on it, and it's what's keeping me from getting these little screws in. Yeah. If you had some longer oh, careful with that. It was already starting to fall. I was getting to where my switch was gonna fall apart on me. I noticed it starting to fall apart. Yeah, you don't want that to happen, let me tell you. Maybe that's why they give you 2 switches. Probably. That's why they give you 2 of them, because when you're putting the first one together, it falls apart on you. There we go. Which is the case what caused the first one to fall apart, probably because the screws fell out of this thing, and then out of the box, and then somebody was pulling it around, yanking it around, and then guess what? Then it all fell apart. Yes. None of this electronics is built to last very long. That's how they make money, you know? And, you know, if somebody didn't break this, throw it away. We weren't able to fix it and do a video on it, right? If somebody didn't wreck it, throw it away. Alright, so there's that part of it. Now, I wanted to find myself putting this front back on. Yeah. Why I want to put the front back on is because it's easier to transfer the wires, but then on the other hand, it's harder for you guys to see what's going on. So, what I'm going to do, how I come up with it, this unit works, just so you know, before you spend all your time ordering the connector and all that. I took the orange wire and touched it to the yellow wire, which also goes out to the charger, and then my stuff lit up out here. It starts saying fully charging, and then you can actually put a volt, test meter on the battery and show it's charging before you even go anywhere. So, and it was this one is the 5 amp charge, so I knew that it was working before I exhausted the energy to attempt to do this. If that makes sense to you, someone. And then said okay. Then I just touched the rest of the connectors together, and then I got it to work. So these all slide together. When I'm pushing on that connector there, this whole circuit board kind of moves in. So yeah. Then you just go on to the next one. The third one is the blue one. And then we have a wire that jumpers from one point to the X. So let me get this blue one on. All right. Whoa. Yeah, don't be too reckless with it, because you could yank out the wire out of there. Then you gotta try to figure that out, how to fix that, and that's a totally different thing. Totally different thing. All right, so we got one, two, third one. The fourth one is the wire goes out from there. It also has a jumper wire. So that's the third wire. So you got to go to the second wire, which is that white wire. That's going to be the second terminal on here. It looks like to me I'm like all butterfingers today or something. I don't know. And the third one. And it's like a jumper wire, so. Alright, so now we got just the two bottom ones. This is the third one in. There's 2 points to it. The bottom point's the one you got to plug in, and I think I dealt with that before when I unplugged it. Went try to get it back in, try to figure out where it went. Like, where's that go at? All right. So again, the black wire, which is the third one in the center of the bottom, goes on the third one centered at the bottom. And the orange wire is the very bottom on the second connector. All right. And if they don't seem like they're a little not tight enough, you can give them the old squeeze. Put the squeeze on them. There we go. So anyways, that's what's left of the other one. I tried going across like this, and I couldn't get any response out of that. So I've already had them 3 screws in. Wherever I put them at. Anyways, I got some new ones. News and olds. There we go. Again, if you like this kind of stuff, mess around with something simple. Something simple helps build up, confidence on something. Something eventually would be harder. You know what I'm saying? This is pretty simple. Some people would say it's not. But anyways, this is what I got left of it. Okay. When you look it up, it's gonna. I actually had the black button switch out there on the table. I think my son threw it away. You can see inside there. You can see the buttons. The only thing it said in the corner over here, you might want to put a piece of tape on if you want, that it says 12 volts. I think that's a jump start kind of thing. A jump start unit part, I think that's what it meant. So then you got this guy you got to put on. And sometimes you got to straighten these out. See how the whole back of it? See, the whole back's all bent up. So had some abuse. It just plugs in. If you're a body guy, you can straighten that charger up too. So she's tweaked a little bit. It's supposed to be on an angle, looks like, to the front. And then go over the back. But for the time of the video, I was just going to take and slide it all together and put the screws in it. Because I do have a boy that well, you know, I think that I remember having one get run over one time or other. See, this guy's she's kind of bent. Yeah, it's kind of bent. You can just bend it over here to get these screws guys back in, and then you're saying, "Hey, you're done." No, it's not going to say that it doesn't get run over by the one that picked it up. So. And I think I had a pretty nice charger once that, not a Dodge Charger, just a Charger. And something tells me that I like left it on, and drug it down the driveway or something to the effect, or a little bit. And then I had to go back and unplug it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not without issues. A little bent up right there. But again, that's just getting us some working stuff. But if you like bodywork stuff, you can tweak this. I thought I was going to tap on it a little bit once I got the screws in it to hold it together. In the back, it's supposed to slide into these two little pieces here. And well, I don't have the I don't have my flat blade screwdriver here with me. That's here. It's here somewhere. I cleaned up my bench the other day and probably maybe put it away. So yeah, I write all that switch number stuff down off here, and then I go into Amazon and find out which one will work for me. It's not cut and dry. Most of the time you gotta spend a little time on it. Yep. I don't know when my mosquitoes in here bothering me. Hey, cut it out. When you find this, hang on, I'll be right back. If anybody is still there. I think I got, if all fails, if you got chainsaws, use this guy. Yep. So all you got to do is kind of like bend it up. Bend it up until you get your stuff going. There you go. There you go. That easy. Then you got to bend the other one up too. A little bit. And then bomb. Bang. Boom. It looks like there was a hole here so you could put a screw in, but it ain't there. So they obviously figured out somebody's going to have this issue. And they're going to have to do that. But just inside that one right there, there's a circuit board, so you don't want to. Come on, come on. There we go. Like I said, she's kind of bent up. That's why I got to kind of tweak it around to get it in the have it participation. Well, this one's a long ways off. There we go, I see it. But anyways, if you're still there, I'll give you something short and sweet that I have to fix and bring you along. So if you're still on there, I'm going down to a big car show, biggest one in the state of Michigan, so they said. And I was down there not too long ago, a few years ago, and I don't remember anybody saying anything about the car show. And I was a block and a half from it. So you could bend these out. You could have bent that whole bottom nice and flat, but you would have been beating on this guy with rivets in. So if you wanted to make it like a new car show, then there you go. There you go. Just that simple. Just said $7. I can put some tape around the back of that connector, make it good. The connectors, why I just said, oh, good, it's got a good one, is because these aren't all tore up, not totally tore up. You see these little covers on the bottom here are pretty much smashed up, but look at that. Look at that, will you? All right, I'm not going to show you how it works because I just did it 2 days ago, and I don't even know if I filmed showing you guys anything with it. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I even filmed it telling you about it, if I recall. Again, once this plastic thing goes out of there, you can just put your own little faceplate in there. I probably got somebody in the family that he likes to make faceplates for something. I can take a copy of that right there, and he can take and print me one out with all this jazz here in the bottom, and then I can just put it on there. It'll be a sticker though. I won't have to worry about this. All right. Yeah, if you like this stuff, don't forget to, do what you do. People don't like me telling you. That's, again, here's the SKU number. You probably can. I think you can probably just do that, thing that everybody else does right off this. If I can hold it still long enough for you, but I think you can do that. Just, I guess you can zoom in on it and take a picture of it. That's the way the world's going. And again, this is the part number with two of them, and that's the number there that I can't hold still long enough for nothing. But it does say that it's for this kind of charger. See, I guess it says it right there. Yeah, $7, and if you got Prime, you can get it for shipping for free. You're paying for it though. You know what I'm saying? All right, there you go, guys. There you go. Another one. I got a couple other small ones to do too, but not today. Not today. One a day. It's like a vitamin, right? Keep you guys happy and doing something that you might like to have to do or whatever after you drop your charger or run over it with your car. Yeah. But then the charger on and start it up. Forget to open and close the hood and drive away. See, it's a little carnage here. A little bit. It's been hit a few times probably. It's on 5 already before I even plug it in. It wasn't on the 5 the other day, was it? Anyways, it's made by Smuckle, see, so it's power whatever, but it's that guy right there, Smuckle or whatever. I'm going to let you go because I'm just going on. Hope you guys had a good weekend. Mine was okay. Back to rain again right now. They were showing that the cloudiness in our sky is from the smoke in the air, so is it the truth? I don't know. There you go. Regular, automatic, deep cycle, Smuckle. Bye. Bye.